Hey guys, Money in the Bank 2013 review. I thought this was a pretty damn good show actually. I think it was harmed a little bit by the booking, but the matches themselves really did deliver. We kicked off the night with the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank match. I thought this was great. Loads of good spots. Might have been better than the WWE Championship match. We had Damien Sandow win, which I'm very happy about. I think Sandow's got a lot of potential. I thought Dean Ambrose was going to win, so for Sandow to win the match, I think shocked everybody, although we did see him hide behind the announce table for a brief second during the match, so I kind of saw it coming. I thought Cody Rhodes looked great. He should definitely be a face. It's just really good to see the likes of Cesaro and Rhodes and Sandow in like meaningful pay-per-view matches. So I'm pretty damn happy with it, and it's definitely one I'd watch again. Then we had a Brad Maddox segment. I thought this was pretty rubbish. I think the Wyatt family should have debuted on Money in the Bank instead of the Raw a few days earlier. This is I suppose it was kind of funny, the Vicky Guerrero bit, and I actually kind of like Brad Maddox. I get the impression that he's probably really funny behind the scenes, but when he's in front of people, he gets a bit nervous, so he doesn't quite work. But I like the kid. I think he's got some potential. So this was all right. Then we had the Intercontinental title match. I did not really like this match, if I'm being honest. I thought it was pretty dull. I really think the Miz needs to turn heel. We've had tons of new faces recently, so Miz was always at his best as a heel. So I'd like to see him turn. The match itself was actually pretty dull. I like Curtis Axel a lot, but it just didn't work. I didn't like how the perfect plex people keep on kicking out of it. That should be his finisher. Fuck this match, kind of sucked. Then we had the women's title match, which was okay, and I think I said in my last video, I never ever watch women's title matches. I haven't for last couple years. Every time I watch Raw or pay per view, if one of these comes on, I'll just change channels or go for a piss or make myself some food. But 5 minutes into this match, I was like, oh my god, I'm actually watching this match. Wow, they must be really improving the women's division. And it was kind of cool. I think Kaitlyn's all right. AJ Lee has got a really cool finisher. I'm pretty happy with this Divas Championship match. It's good stuff. Then we had Ryback versus Jericho. I thought this was actually a real letdown. I really want to see Ryback just kick the shit out of everyone. I think I watched SmackDown a couple months ago, and Ryback and Jericho had a match, and Ryback just dominated him. So I was a bit disappointed that he just got a roll up and he didn't really show what he's made of. Apparently Jericho's going off on tour with Fozzy, so they should have just had Ryback destroy him and put him out. Ryback's career is just being fucked up apparently by John Cena. I even saw this myself. He was in a radio interview just before WrestleMania with Sam Roberts, this guy from the Opie and Anthony show, which is effing awesome. Check it out. And Ryback said he wanted John Cena's spot, or he said he could do it better. And the next thing you know, Ryback loses to Mark Henry, which was a stupid decision. He turns heel. Some of the things Ryback was saying in the promos with John Cena were pretty a shoot style. He was calling Cena unathletic and stuff like that. So I reckon there's some serious animosity between the two. And I think Ryback's getting a bit screwed over by John Cena playing politics. Bastard, I hate John Cena. Ryback looked pretty decent, but I was just really disappointed with the ending of this match. Then we had the World Heavyweight Championship match. I thought this was a very good match. I think Alberto Del Rio, even though he's annoying and he's very overrated, you can't forget that this guy's a two-time WWE champion. He's a pretty solid worker, so I think he's okay as a heel. I think Ziggler looks great as a face. I think he's just suited for it. He's a good looking son of a bitch. He's got the kind of swagger, even though I hate that term. I love that stuff. The match itself was fantastic, although the ending was ridiculously crap, and this, in my opinion, really hurt the final grade of the show. I think WWE should have utilized the Philadelphia crowd and tried to recreate a similar situation to when he cashed in the Money in the Bank, because the pop for Ziggler winning the belt would have been absolutely massive. And it was a great match, so to have them end it with the AJ Lee disqualification was ridiculous. It was the stupidest thing. It wasn't even she tried to hit Del Rio and the referee's back was turned, or she accidentally hit Ziggler and then he got pinned. No, she just in the middle of the match, right in front of the referee, knocks out Del Rio, so it makes absolutely no sense. I hate how this AJ Lee storyline is taking precedent over the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, this is the same shit at TLC when AJ screwed over Cena. You know, like, we've seen this all before. Like, it wasn't about Ziggler beating Cena and keeping his Money in the Bank briefcase. It was about fucking AJ Lee. So I'm really annoyed at the WWE shoving her in our face, even though I really appreciate her work. They could have just broken them up on an episode of Raw. So for them to kind of make this match all about AJ Lee really sucked, because it was a really good match, and it could have been a really memorable moment. But hopefully they'll have, you know, Ziggler win at SummerSlam or something like that. You know, he just deserves that belt, and he's looking great. Then we had John Cena versus Mark Henry. I kind of hoped that maybe they'd give Henry a cheeky win. Like, I don't want Cena to beat Ric Flair's like record of the 14 world titles or something. But I would have been really content had Mark Henry just won this match and then lost it against Cena at SummerSlam. That would have been cool. You know, have the first ever black WWF champion. I don't really class The Rock as black, you know, come on. So, you know, I was a bit disappointed. I mean, I'm okay with Cena winning, as much as I hate the guy. You know it's gonna fucking happen. Although one thing that really disappointed me, and I kind of do think is a disgrace, is having Mark Henry tap out. This guy should not be tapping out. He's like one of the only people who, as well as Ryback, who legit looks like they could fuck you up. So to have him tap out, I think really harms his character. And I watched the Raw show after this pay-per-view, and the crowd were chanting, "You tapped out," to Mark Henry. So that's just bullshit, and it's just to make Cena look good. So I was really disappointed with that. You know, Mark Henry's promo at the beginning of the month was just world class, some of the best promos I've seen from for a long time. So, you know, the match itself was pretty entertaining. I can live with the result, but having Henry tap out, I think it's just complete bullshit, and just more stupid Cena being Superman. So fuck you, Cena, for that. Then we had the WWE Championship Money in the Bank match. I thought this was a great match. Rob Van Dam came back. That was fantastic. I was really nervous about him coming back to the company because, you know, if I ever watched TNA, which is once in a blue moon, and I just happened to switch channels and it's on there, I once watched Rob Van Dam versus Kurt Angle, and they were both like shells of their former selves. I couldn't even watch it. It was really fucked up, and I was really scared Rob Van Dam was just going to look skinny and botch, and apparently him in TNA was not very good. So I thought he had a great performance. I think the frog splash from the top of the ladder was exceptional. The balance he showed to jump off of that is immense. Like, I once like showed some wrestling to my dad just to prove to him it wasn't fake bullshit, and I showed him some like ladder matches, and SummerSlam 2009 with Jeff Hardy, right at the end he climbs the ladder and does the swanton onto the announce table, and when he's on top of it he's just like wobbling around, and my dad's like, oh, he's just making that look like it's really hard. Ladders aren't that unstable, but I didn't tell him that the ladders to hit the WWE are pretty much fake, so they're going to be very lightweight. So for the likes of Jeff Hardy and Rob Van Dam to pull that off, I think it's a very good sign that Rob Van Dam still got it, and he was pretty damn cool. I thought the match itself was awesome. There's some cool spots. Sheamus was getting the hell booed out of him, which is awesome. He's got to turn heel. You know, he came to the company as a heel, so, you know, why not put him back? WWE, they think that they can tell you who to like and who to hate, and it's just not fucking working, and I think that they're starting to realise that. So also Sheamus had a great spot falling on a ladder. That was fantastic. Didn't like the whole, you know, Curtis Axel coming in bit and fucking over Daniel Bryan. I thought Daniel Bryan was going to win it. I have watched the Raw after the show, so we all know he's going to wrestle at SummerSlam, so, you know, he still gets his chance. I was pretty, you know, confused about why Randy Orton won. He's not the kind of guy who needs it. But what I think they're going to do, and this is my prediction, you heard it here first, I think what they're going to do on SummerSlam, I think they're going to have Daniel Bryan win. I know everyone's like, oh, he's just going to get buried again. I don't think the WWE are that stupid. I think they'll have him win. But what they're going to do is they're going to have Randy Orton come out and cash in his Money in the Bank contract on Daniel Bryan and beat him, and it will just create a shitload of heat for Orton. He'll turn heel. Maybe fans will start feeling sorry for Daniel Bryan. I kind of hope he just wins it clean and rolls with it, because he's hot shit, Daniel Bryan. He's the most over guy in the company for a long time. But you know, I think that Randy Orton will probably cash in on him. So, you know, it was a pretty cool ending. I thought the bit with Paul Heyman and CM Punk was good. You know, Punk getting really badly busted open. I wish the WWE would just show like the blood for once. You know, have like excuse me, have like a shot of Punk bleeding, like looking at Heyman with disgust. You know, that'd be like a really iconic image. But obviously, because it's PG, they got to fucking wipe it off. But yeah, you know, it was a pretty decent match, and the pay per view itself was actually above average. I would have given it a 9 out of 10 had Ziggler won clean, maybe Henry won it, and Daniel Bryan cashed it in, and maybe you had the Wyatt family. I would have given it a 9 out of 10 because I would have thought it just was a very above average show. So I'm going to give it an 8, which I still think is quite generous, just because the booking pissed me off. But saying that, I will definitely go back in maybe a year's time and buy this DVD. I thought it was a really decent show. I think also the WWE, I think they're starting to get their act together. I really think they don't live in a cloud. The writers and such, they know what the fans are saying. They know they fucked up with WrestleMania 29. It was predictable. It was the same old heads. They know the fans are getting sick of this product. So I've really noticed in the last couple of months, you're getting all these like face turns and heel turns. They're starting to realise that they can't tell you who to like. You know, they can't say, hey, Del Rio's a face now, you've got to like him. Dolph Ziggler's a heel, boo him. It doesn't work like that. The fans decide, and I think that the WWE are now kind of letting the fans decide who goes forward, and hopefully they'll turn someone like Sheamus heel because he's getting booed. Obviously that'll never happen with John Cena. Maybe the Miz should be heel, and you know, you're starting to see Ziggler and Bryan and Cody Rhodes turn face. So I think that they're getting their act together, and I thought this was a really encouraging show, and I'm really looking forward to the future of the WWE. So yeah, 8 out of 10. I thought that was a pretty damn solid pay-per-view, and yeah, I'm excited for the future. So yeah, that was my review, babies. See you later, guys.